Hi everybody, it's Lynn. Hope you're doing well. Back outside, getting the inspiration and centering self-care again. It's so important. I really did find that when I stopped doing this recently because of the ankle situation I was having, when I stopped doing the daily walking outside and I went back to my old schedule, it became like the down way I was feeling before that. And so the movement and getting outside, especially in my opinion, my observation for myself, but for someone like me, maybe who's a caregiver, or you're at a crossroads in your life and maybe you're feeling down, maybe your mood is low, you feel confused or doubtful or negative, pessimistic. That's how I had been feeling often with this caregiver journey, but there have been improvements, thank God, here and there. But the point is that for me, I realized that going outside each day and walking each day in some sort of nature around some kind of trees or something, grass, even if I live in a city, the offshoot of a city. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Even just being by a park or by plants in your yard, if you have such a thing, it really does seem very centering and helps you to reboot your mood and your hopefulness about life. So hang on a second. Let's see if I can cross the street. And hang on a second. I'm trying to do this spontaneously, but other people are allowed to be on the street. So anyway, so I've been back to walking daily, and it's helping a lot. Even yesterday it just seems, I guess the theme of this is really, very simple one: get outside. I've talked about that a lot, but it seems like getting outside is such an easy fix for lifting your mood and feeling more hopeful about life. I keep seeing things on the internet about the positive energy of trees, and there's some doctor, I have to post about it when I look up his name, that's talking about how if you get into the sun, about 15 minutes a day or so, of course, you can do it safely, if you need a suntan lotion or whatever, but he's saying not about getting a sunburn. It's not to do that. It's just to be around the sun and the certain waves of light that actually go through your clothes to your cells and are like healing for the cells. And also for the mood, uplifting for the mood. I guess it activates the hormones, dopamine or something. Don't hold me to that, but something to that effect. So since I've been getting back outside, even if sometimes you feel down and you have to push yourself to get outside, it seems worth it, because otherwise it's like, what kind of momentum do you and I have going? Because from what I believe about the law of attraction, like energy is, and like circumstances are attract similar circumstances. So if you, what kind of momentum do we have going? If we have a negative momentum with our focusing on negative thoughts, it tends to attract more negative thoughts, and then we feel lower and lower in mood. If you have positive thoughts, or just do something positive to get out of your mind, to break that loop of negative thoughts, go outside, do something, get around music that you love or whatever, but especially around nature. It seems to be a quick kind of a quick fix to uplift your mood. But walking, I think the walking in nature or bike riding, some kind of movement with the outdoors and in some sun is what helps, in the fresh air. I believe even Abe Hicks, that philosophy says every day, get out in the sun, some sun, get in the fresh air, drink water. Don't make decisions when you're hungry. You know, that's an average idea that a lot of people say, but even the Abe Hicks philosophy talks about that. Get in a better mood before you make your decisions, because you're not going to see or think clearly. And when you feel better, when you feel quote unquote more aligned, higher vibe, more aligned, feeling calmer, some relief, then you're able to get that God inspiration coming to you, those positive ideas and solutions. They just fall in your lap. Sometimes it's in the form of coincidences, quote unquote, or synchronicities, and which to me are messages, God's messages, your soul, etc., to help us along the way. Anyway, so this is about getting outside for self-care and mind, body, spirit wellness, and improve spiritual connection. It's like all connected. That's why actually my umbrella company name is Whole Life Boogie, because I always felt that it's body, mind, and spirit. All parts of us, we are benefited most by tending to our mind, our body, right? Physical health, mental health, and spiritual health, spiritual connection. And I tell you, since I've been adding in a little bit more physical activity and physical health with eating healthier, eating more, less sugar, but more, protein actually. And for me, I'm mostly vegetarian, and I eat fish and whatever. It's different things for different people, but the protein helps more than all the carbohydrates that turns to sugar and makes us more addicted to eating and overeating, especially if you feel down about your life, or you're a caregiver and you feel that life is hopeless, which it isn't. But when you're in that mode, it's like you can't see clearly, can't think clearly. So get outside, eat better. These are some things that I've been doing, and moving more and doing it more consistently, and having people to connect with, mentors or classes or whatever, to check in with you, or that you check in with during the day, so that you're not just part of that one story of yours that's the woe is me, the challenge story, which you're justified in feeling bad about, because we're humans and we get depressed, fearful, doubtful, angry, etc., confused. But doing but if we're only immersed in that story, it winds up seeming a lot worse than it is, or even worse than it is. Because with God, all good things are possible, as I like to say. And when we tend to our health holistically in body, mind, and spirit, and have a lot of fun along the way, I think following your passions, having fun, doing relaxing activities, it's so important. It's not superfluous, it's not unnecessary, it's not extravagant luxury, it's a necessity. Self-care, taking care of your own health and body, mind, spirit, to me is a necessity, because once you feel lousy, you can't help anybody else. You get stuck in that negative momentum of bad thoughts, attracting more bad thoughts, and then you wind up feeling depressed and like you don't want to get off the couch or away from the TV. You just binge watch TV, you binge on junky food to make yourself feel better. This is what I had been doing, and thankfully, I joined a health program to help with it and lose some weight and eat healthier, Anyway, if anybody wants any information on any of that, let me know, please. But mainly what I want to say is I'm going to do this Turn Up the Fun event it was postponed from August to September 25th, and there'll be a replay. And it's about really turning up the fun, or turning up the relaxation, turning up the self-care. I'm including that in everything in that title, Turn Up the Fun, in order for you to get back into a higher vibration, to help you with your problems, quote unquote, your challenges, your low mood, your feeling insignificant, unworthy, depressed, lonely, whatever. All those things that really our souls know that none of that is true. Our souls, from my studies and my belief, is that our souls are hopeful about everything, it's connected to God, or that's that spark of God within us. And so I'm just trying to help us all reconnect with that positive mindset, the self-care, holistic wellness, and having fun is one path to doing that. So if you want any information on that event, please type info below or message me if you can. I don't know. I have to figure that out. I'll be doing some little free samplers of this event on YouTube beforehand, so you'll get a little taste of what we're going to do on September 25th for the paid program. But it'll be great to meet you all. And actually, if anybody has any input on, I'm curious, maybe you want to share a win to help you, something that you feel worked out well, or some kind of positive progress you made, even in a feeling, or a positive result that you've had despite your challenges. Feel free to type a win below, or just that you felt, more grateful today about, say, it was a sunny day, or somebody smiled at you or held the door open or something. Anything that may seem like a win. Feel free to type a win down below. And or if you have a challenge or felt challenged by the day, maybe want to include something that in a light way that you would like to see a positive shift in, because I'll refer to some of these things in one of the next videos, so you all are included in this path of wellness despite life's obstacles, and goal achieving, goal manifesting, with God's help and the help of the law of attraction, in my opinion. So thanks for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you more, quote unquote, in person, online, either in some lives that I do on YouTube or in our main event on September 25th. And I believe this one I'm going to do hopefully with a nice sized group of people, all positive people to stay connected with, so that your only friend being the monkey mind chatter that we tend to have, that's negative, that should not be your closest friend. Your closest friend, in my opinion, is God, and your soul helps connect you to that, to him, he, she, whatever. But it's good to be around more positive, hopeful people, because there's not enough of that on TV sometimes and around us. Have a great day. With God, all good things are possible, and with a more positive outlook and doing more consistent positive activities, you got this. You can do it. You can shift your life to more of what you do prefer. more of what you do want. And let's focus on that instead of what we don't want. What we do want is what we focus on together and on our own. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.